So what is causing the market to sell off? What's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions here with a quick stock market update. I hope that I earn your thumbs up in this video if you learned something new. So first off, TQQQ is down 2.7%. SQQQ is up 2.7%. For those that are unaware, when the NASDAQ market drops, there's always a way to make money. It's this triple leverage ETF that goes up when the NASDAQ market drops, right? With that being said, what is causing this selling pressure? Well, yesterday, Snapchat reported earnings. It didn't lose 10%, it didn't lose 20%, didn't lose 30%. It's actually down 37.9%. This is actually the second quarter in a row where Snapchat loses over 35% after reporting earnings due to its weak numbers. Not only because of the selling pressure of Snapchat, but a company that also missed earnings that is not selling off that much is Twitter. Twitter's kind of trading sideways right now, yet it reported pretty bad earnings. But it's because of what they said in their earnings of why I think it's not aggressively selling off. A lot of you guys are or should be aware that Elon obviously was trying to acquire Twitter at $54.20. So right now, Twitter has filed a lawsuit against Elon as he was supposed to pay for it in cash. Now he's backed out of it because he's saying that Twitter will not disclose the number of fake accounts that Twitter actually has, revealing its true account users, right? And that's where the valuation is at. And because of that, Elon opted out of no longer wanting to buy Twitter. Now Twitter is suing Elon to acquire Twitter, and the trial is set to start in October of this year. Now, one of the things that they said in their earnings report is they talked a little bit about the macro data, and just like every other tech company is talking about what's really hard to foreshadow everything. Advertisers are spending less, blah, 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 right? After that whole Apple thing of restricting these platforms to be able to retarget people from platform to platform, right? Collecting those cookies, collecting that data. It's now more challenging, so therefore it's more challenging. Probably it's less accurate. If it's less accurate, businesses want to spend less money on advertisement. That is why those numbers are down. But on top of that, one of the main reasons I think that Twitter is holding here is because of what they said. They didn't give too many details of what they're going to kind of like work towards with going after Elon. There wasn't any details or anything that we haven't heard before. But how clever is it of Twitter to talk about the effects that because of the fallen acquisition deal, because of Elon, that now their stock price is kind of fading. And if their lawsuit is in October, then they can use this kind of idea of this is why they're losing money quarter over quarter, because advertisers are willing to spend less because they don't know if Elon's going to acquire it or not. But think about how clever that is, because then they can then leverage that claim in court. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that. I just think that that's very clever if that is their actual intention. Tesla is pretty much carrying the market, at least it was. It hit highs of $8.40 a share and is now beginning to make lower lows and lower highs. I would be very, very careful. Now we're trading below the moving average. And if we continue to trade below the moving average, then again, the moving average tends to be a pretty good indicator for direction. And one of the things that you must understand, one of the things that we talked about with my Learn Plan Profit Group, right? It's always the real-time value that's the most valuable. And this is what people always like to ask of like, well, why, is your live trading so valuable? Not only do we trade live if we see a trade opportunity set up, but we did a beautiful job reminding our beginner traders of why you should never be afraid to lock in profits and or reduce your position size at overbought levels. But let me explain to you why. This week has been a great week, not just for Tesla, but for the overall market. Let's go ahead and take a look, right? If we look at the 15-minute time frame, we can see the bullish week that we've had. But one of the things that you must remind yourself is that one green week does not define a market recovery. Anytime that there is this aggressive of a move, there tends to be some form of correction that follows shortly after. And if you stay level-headed and you understand that, then you won't put yourself in a bad position if the market does begin to pull on back. It's not that you have to sell all of your shares. Again, if your intention is to invest long-term, then great. But we know of a lot of people, and you can share this in the comment section, that are probably buying very aggressively at these overbought levels, thinking that the market's going to recover. We've been selling off for 7 months, and we've been uptrending for 1 week. And yet people get so excited, so caught up in their emotions that they think that now things are different. But again, if we begin to pull on back, you're just going to put yourself in a worse position. Control those emotions, not just when it's selling off, but also when it's rising. Staying level-headed, staying well-balanced is the most important thing to stay effective as a trader. Now, one of the last things that I do want to talk about is as the market begins to pull on back, what's to come next week. I'm going to be covering this all on my YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe. First thing is next week on Tuesday, we have Microsoft reporting earnings and General Electric, Visa, Coca-Cola, and McDonald's. Pretty interesting, right? Wednesday of next week, Meta. Big, right? I don't know if you guys checked this out, but Meta is actually selling off due to the very low expectations that Snapchat put in place. Snapchat being a tech company very similar to Facebook or Meta, you can see that if Meta is selling off, why it doesn't instill the most confidence for something like Meta, right? With Snapchat selling off, reporting very poor numbers, it makes sense on that, Meta might follow with very poor numbers. So Meta on the day, if I'm not mistaken, it's down over 5%. We have Boeing reporting earnings, we have Ford reporting earnings, we have Qualcomm reporting earnings. And then on Thursday, Apple, Amazon, Intel, the tech monopolies are going to be taking over next week. Are you ready? With that being said, if you didn't think that that was enough, right? With the market being overbought, with big tech beginning to report earnings next week, what's next? The Federal Reserve between the 26th and the 27th will be disclosing the rate that they will be increasing interest rates by. The interest rate hike will happen on the 26th and the 27th. So guess what? Every previous time that this has happened, the market has sold off. This time it might be different, right? As we are now seeing oil prices beginning to drop. The reason I'm sharing this with you is I want you to be aware. I don't want you to sell if you don't want to. I don't want you to buy if you don't want to. I want you to be aware of what's going on right now and what's to come. By being aware, you can make a more informed decision and not an impulsive decision if the market begins to sell off or rise at moment's notice. Please make sure that you take time and just prepare. Because if you don't prepare, then you're going to be surprised. And working towards a goal with no plan is a plan to fail, in my opinion. So please let me know in the comment section what I can do next week to be of value for you. I'm thinking of maybe live streaming those big earning reports and to see how the market reacts to those earnings. You can let me know down in the comment section if you would like that to happen and get this video to over 1,000 likes if you think that we should put that in place. Other than that, I hope and wish you guys an amazing weekend. Friendly reminder, the only team that I work with on a closer basis and that gets to watch me trade live every morning is my Learn Plan Profit Group. The weekend is a great time to get ahead. And if you've ever wanted to learn how to trade as an absolute beginner, again, we are running a sale at $100 off my Learn Plan Profit 2.0. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access. And again, it's $100 off with that second link in the description. We have our A to Z video lesson library designed for complete beginners, my daily live trading sessions, our private group chat, and access to the TechBuds HQ. It's an all-inclusive package. Again, it's a one-time payment. And yes, it's lifetime access. And right now, it's $100 off if you've been waiting for a big discount to join our team. And again, that's that second link down below. Also, again, the TechBuds Staycation, that's at shoptechbuds.com. This is the fourth link in the description. So for every $1 you spend, it will automatically enter you 5 times towards our giveaway. So an example can be is if you buy a mouse pad like this one, it will enter you 150 times towards our giveaway. We're selecting 3 winners on August 7th is when it ends. And we're flying out 3 winners on August 23rd to August 25th, all expenses paid to one of our Airbnbs. And you're going to be hanging out with me and the team at the TechBuds HQ. I hope that you guys are ready. I hope that you guys are prepared for this upcoming week. It looks like the NASDAQ market is already beginning to drop. So I'm just super grateful that I took time with my Learn Plan Profit Group this morning during our live trading session and we prepared for this. We're up, we're bullish on the day with SQQQ. And again, this is why I like to keep my trading simple. There's always a way to make money, even when the market is selling off. The only thing is are you prepared enough to be able to take action when these opportunities present themselves? So again, if you have any questions, you know how to reach out to me. That's the first link in the description. It's my free Discord group, and you can ask me any questions even before you sign up for LPP. If you have any questions that you want to ask me to get your questions answered, feel free to send me a direct message. And again, that's via Discord, and that's that first link in the description. I appreciate you guys' time. I hope that earned your thumbs up. Please consider subscribing, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.